Bonjour mesdames et messieurs. In this episode I show you how to make a fantasy landscapes. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, my name is Serge Ramelli. I'm a French photographer living in Paris, France. But right now I'm in California as I'm making photography books on different cities in the USA, Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco. So I'm going to be in the US for a while. In last episode, I showed you how to play around with wide angle or panorama shots to see what works the best on a composition. This week, I'm going to take you to Britanny and show you how you can use an ND filter during the day to make a sort of fantasy, nice composition. This is the before and this is the after. The problem with ND filters is we got sometimes some really white balance issue because there is a color cast. I'm going to show you how to get rid of it, and I'm going to show you how we can play with local white balance adjustment, which is very key to make this photo pop. So let's go to Britanny. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs. So let's start off with this nice tutorial. If you want to get the raw file, a 36 million pixel file for free, all you have to do is come to my website, photosearch.com. Here you can put in your name and your email address and you will get the goodies page with all the free stuff. And you have to subscribe to my newsletter. I have a new system coming up in a couple of weeks when I have a new website, but that's how it works for now. Or you can go to news and sign up. And then you can just put in your name and email. Okay, and then you're going to get this raw file. So I was, let me make some room here a little bit. I'm on my my laptop, and this is a photo that I took in a small village in Bretagne, in Britanny, and it looked like very much like a scene from The Lord of the Ring, and I really wanted to make it a bit fantasy. So the first thing that I did, if you press I, is because we were in the middle of the afternoon, is that I put on an ND filter. The ND filter, when there is water, enables you, I wanted to get at least 15 seconds. So even with the ND filter, I was at f10 100 ISO and I was on a tripod and I got this very sort of mirrored water, which for me is very key to make this sort of fantasy look. But the problem with the ND filter is you get a lot of color cast. And I want to show you how we can get rid of it and playing around with white balance because we have to bring back the color that was there. So the first thing I'm going to do is the usual workflow, which is open up the shadows and bringing down the highlights. Now already we get some details in the sky and that's pretty cool. I'm gonna make the whole photo a lot darker. Yeah, like -0.25. Press the Alt key on my keyboard and move the white slider, making sure that I don't clip the whites. So clipping means that if I go too much, and you only see that with the Alt key, this is 100% white. You don't want that. We want detail in the sky. So I'm only doing this, and then I'm going to do my blacks to bring back some contrast in the photo. Okay, and that's kind of cool. Now, it's missing something very important, and it's the white balance. Now on this one, I'm going to check out daylight, see how daylight goes. Daylight is pretty cool, but I want a more blue, afternoon feeling to it. So I'm going to add a little bit more blue here to the left. And usually I always add magenta, but on this time I'm going to add green. The reason I'm adding green is I like the whole green. There's a lot of nice green there. So I kind of like that. So I like the colors in the sky. I like the colors there. But now that we went kind of bluish, and especially with the green, this sort of river is kind of muddy now. And that's the great thing. That's the one key thing I wanted to learn you in retouching that photo is that we can play around with white balance as much as we want. We don't have to do a global white balance. We actually can color some parts of this photo, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Starting with the water, I'm going to take a little brush, and on the brush I'm going to make it warm. I'm going to add some yellow and some magenta. Let's see how that's going to go. Making sure, yeah, just about that. So I'm brushing in with color, and okay, that's totally not what I want to do because you see now it's very brown. It looks like even more like mud. So I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to add some blue. Exactly. That's where I'm going with this. No, I'm going to keep some magenta and just add tons of blue. Okay, now check it out. If you go down here and you have a little box here, you can see the before and after, just that brush stroke. So already we have a more realistic water. It's kind of a nicer looking. Okay. I'm going to add some colors in the sky. Let's see what colors can we add. So I'm going to just a little filter here in the sky. And I'm going to go to not exposure. I'm going to go to I'm going to go to temperature. Where is temperature? Oh, tint. Temp or tint is fine. And let's see what happens if I add a bit more blue. Yeah, I want to add a bit more blue in the sky. I want to bring back color. I think it's really missing color. All right. So that's kind of cool. And now the key trick. The key trick of the day. Well, first, before I show you the key trick of the day, let's do the NMI profile correction so that we have the vignette taken out. Remove chromatic aberration. Now here is the master trick. When you have a photo and you want to get some real drama into it, one of the key trick is to make the overall exposure darker, like a much darker, like this, and then relight it. So, and one good tool to relight the photo is the radial filter. So I'm going to go on exposure, and I want to make sure that my radial filter is invert mask, meaning that, well, let me show you. If I do a little filter here, and you see what happening in the filter is exposure is on the right, so it's supposed to make it brighter. It actually does it everywhere except in the circle. We want the reverse. So that's why we invert the masks this way. The light is only casting inside. And so we have a nice cast of light, and I want to add some yellow and magenta in that cast just to bring a bit more complex in the light. Now once you like it, you can right click and duplicate, and it's going to keep the same features. And the key thing is not to overdo it. You do it, duplicate, you do it until someone should not be able to see them. If somebody can say, oh, you did a lot of dodge and burn there, you relighted this, you know you've gone too far. You've gone too far. Okay, and so check this out. So we made everything darker and we are relighting it. Okay, so before the radial filters, after. That's a major change. And it's starting to come to life. Now, I find the old photo is lacking of colors. I really want to go for a fantasy look. So I'm going to boost clarity and I'm going to boost vibrance overall. I really want it to pop. Like something like this. Okay, even more, yeah. Not so much, but I mean, it was nice colors and I want this to come back. Okay, check it out. Let's see where we are before. So the backslash key will give you the before. Okay, that's already quite a change. And all right, one more thing I'm going to do in this is maybe do some sort of custom vignette. So I'm going to go back integrated filter. I'm going to add a grade filter here at the bottom. Go for exposure and just lower the exposure. Just want to close the photo to make it a bit more interesting here, and maybe do the same thing there. Do the same thing just on top here. Okay, and let's see what happens if we add a bit of warmth on the top. No, that's not nice. A little bit of magenta maybe. And yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to do, and I actually like the overall look. I might go even more crazy on the radial filter. I think I might add some saturation into them. So you can just select them back and just add a bit of saturation to make it even warmer. I really want more of a contrast of color between the cool of the overall photo. It looks like there is like a bit of ray of light here on the thing. Same thing, the key thing is not to overdo it. But I like the overall theme. I wanted to look like it was taken from the Lord of the Ring or one sort of fantasy type of movie. So let me show you again the before and after. Before, kind of nice. After, a major difference. You know what? I think on the overall photo, I want to try something in the sky. I want to get back, and that's what I love about non-linear editing, non-destructive editing, is that you can just go back and forth, and just like as a painter, you just retouch and retouch and retouch until you feel it's good. Now, when do you stop? You never stop. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm adding a bit of magenta in the sky just to see if in that radial filter, just to see if it will be cool or not. Okay, maybe make it just slightly warm. No, something like this is fine. It is fine. Okay, and I think I'm going to brush even more reflection in the water. So I'm just going to go for exposure on this one, make the brush a little bit smaller. And And yeah, just to answer, when do you stop? Well, I usually stop when I really like it. You see, if I'm blown away with it, and if I really like it, some people on this planet will like it. And then I just put it out there on 500px and see how it rocks. I think I want to add some brush stroke even more. I want to make this a bit more random on the lights. Additional, so you can accumulate radial filters and brush, no problem. They accumulate very well. But you see the fact that we made everything darker and we're just relighting it, just makes an interesting thing going on. You know, I really want to go for a fantasy look. So again, backslash key, before, after. Now that's quite a major change. It's kind of cool. Let me show it to you in full screen. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing left, I think I would do some sharpening. I mean, it's very sharp already. And so I'm going at 100%. And I'm going to go to, well, I think I'm going to go directly to, yeah, maybe just like 5 of noise reduction and 95 of sharpening. Make it really pop. Okay, I'm going to zoom back. The overall photo is very sharp. I like that. And maybe, usually I don't like to add clarity overall. I like to add here and there, but on this one, it might work fine to add a bit of clarity. Not too much. Yeah, no, that was fine. Okay, I really like the result. Let me show you again the before and after. So usually, you know, we use the ND filter to make black and white during the day because of this color cast. But, you know, with Lightroom and all this brush and retro filters, you can paint back the colors. And that's what I was trying to teach you. And I think this one is going to rock and roll on 500px. Voilà, mesdames et messieurs, back to me. I hope you like this episode. If you have any suggestions of episodes you would like me to do, or tutorials or techniques, just leave a comment on this video. If you did like this video, please share it to the world. It really helps me grow. Thank you so much, and I will see you in another episode. Mesdames et messieurs, au revoir.